Welcome everyone to another marketing series on how to promote, how to maximize your ability to touch people's lives. I can't tell you how all day long we hear nothing but superlatives of how people are making. If everyone would please mute their phones, would be appreciated. Dr. Lucky, how are you? All the others who I didn't quite acknowledge, welcome. We are excited to present a very special guest, Nate Leadholm. He is a true expert at Groupon and social media and living social. He helps countless doctors across the country. There is a right way and a wrong way to do Groupon. He understands the pitfalls, he understands the upsides and the downsides of how to do it right. So you're going to be learning some key nuggets today. You're going to be learning some distinctions and insights on truly how to make a difference with Groupon. And don't think that it's all the same, because it's truly not. I've seen it so many slice and dice, so many different ways of precisely how Groupon will make it work to their advantage, to the detriment of the practitioner. Just some key insights will make all the difference in the world. It's not just like, oh, I'll just wing it, because that's not how it's going to serve you or your patients best. Nate is able to offer some very key insights. His experience, his knowledge, his very insightful awareness of what is in the marketplace today, and it's constantly changing, is able to help us make a difference for you and your practice. So we're excited to be able to have him on teach us. He's able to teach us exactly how to do it right. I can assure you, I've seen doctors make very, very serious amount of money with the upsells, with the way the ad is placed, that makes a difference between making several $1,000s to making tens of thousands of dollars. Gratitude that we can have Nate come on and teach us exactly how to make a difference for ourselves in our practices here. With no further ado, Nate, are you there with us?
Yes, I am. How's it going, everybody?
Everyone should be on mute. So Nate's company, Maximum Effect Marketing, is very well aptly named, because the effect, that the energy that we put into this can have a very maximized, can have an outsized, can have an amplified effect. And Groupon is just that. I've seen it just explode people's practices. On the other hand, having said that, between me and you, Nate, I'm not one who's like a Groupon, junkie. I don't necessarily believe that Groupon is the be-all, end-all. I believe it's a tool that can catapult a practice. But having said that, I'm a strong believer in going retail. I'm a strong believer in creating your marketing to pushing them into where you're educating them and you're showing your patients exactly how to use your lipo-light, use your aesthetic services in a way that doesn't necessarily include Groupon. Between me and you, Nate, I believe that Groupon can often create like a discount mentality within the practice, within the staff, within the doctor's mind. So having said that, I truly appreciate and honor your skills, and recognize and acknowledge the value that you bring to the marketplace. But having said that, I just want to offer a caveat to our doctors here that I personally, I'm not a Groupon zealot. I believe it has it's an excellent tool and it has its place, but be mindful that you want to go retail. Push your marketing to a way that you can educate them through where we educate you how to do a group session, how to do a seminar like that. That's the way to do it, in my humble opinion. Okay. So I just want to,
Yes,
what do you have to say about that? I'm curious what you have to say about that.
Okay, the best thing about Groupon, Living Social, these daily deal companies, is it guarantees people to come in your door. You know, nowadays, flyers, newspaper ads, etc. Those really aren't the ways to get people in the door because people don't really read hard copies anymore. Now, when you offer a discounted deal, yes, you are giving away, a lot of money. But at the same time, you're not truly losing money because at the end of the day, we'll say Mike Manzuli's way of doing the deal with the 1 area, 3 area, 6 area, or 1 area, half body, full body. That guarantees not only that people are in the door seeing you, but it also leaves a wide range of upsell value. Now with the collective bargain, the best way my business is actually able to make it successful is if you go to a daily deal company yourself, it's going to take you anywhere between 2 to 6 months just to even get a run date for them to set the deal up. And the worst part about that is they will stick you with credit card fees. You'll get your 50-50 split, and then they'll stick you with credit card fees. So at the end of the day, you're really only making 47.5% off the deal. The other bad thing about Groupon is it's actually a lot of work. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of negotiation when it comes to run dates, when it to being the market, the head of the on the deal site. Dr. Lucky, how's it going, Dr. Lucky? His deal is actually running right now. It just started yesterday, and Dr. Lucky has already made about $7,500 in about 24 hours. Now, the good thing about sorry.
Congratulations. I like that. Yeah, excellent. Wonderful.
And not only did he make that money, which pays for, the hours and the time, at a normal rate, he's probably making about $90 an hour doing this. So the sessions last about 20 minutes. So he's taking care of his overhead and making a profit. And when the people come through his door, he has the opportunity to upsell not just the LipoLite, but also his other services that he offers. The best thing about what Maximus Marketing can do too, we actually do the market research in your area. Now, the market research, some areas you can knock it dead if you're the first one in the market. Other areas you kind of have to. There's a little give and take you have to do because there are those clients out there that have pretty much given it away, and it forces you to drop down to their level on the pricing. Let's see here. Now, the upsell strategy, which I have found very successful, and it also will help your reviews out when it comes to Groupon, Living Social, Yelp, those review sites, is when people come in, we'll say they buy the half body, full body, and we'll say they want to buy the whole package. We'll say you're offering it for $2,000. You can actually turn around and say, okay, between you and me, I'll do it for $1,200. So you're actually making yourself $1,200 on your upsell, which is every penny of that. And that's what I found very successful. My doctor client in Anchorage, Alaska, he sold 500 vouchers, and his upsell was about 40%. So 40% on his full package, which was $1,999 or $1,999. He in turn made about in 3 months about $180,000 just on the upsell alone. So that is actually the most important thing when it comes to the Groupons, the Living Socials, the chicken deals, etc. is the upsell aspect of this. Once you have them in the door and they see the results, people are going to want to buy the full package. Okay, now this is a deal on the screen that we ran in Atlanta. It is Mike Manzuli's idea about a 17 by 17 area, doing 1 area, 3 areas, or 6 areas. Now that is a it's a 1 hour session total. At the end of the day, if they're buying the 249 session, you're walking away.
Welcome everyone to another marketing series on how to promote, how to maximize your ability to touch people's lives. I can't tell you how all day long we hear nothing but superlatives of how people are making. If everyone would please mute their phones, it would be appreciated. Dr. Lucky, how are you? All the others who I didn't quite acknowledge, welcome. We are excited to present a very special guest, Nate Leadholm. He is a true expert at Groupon and social media and living social. He helps countless doctors across the country. There is a right way and a wrong way to do Groupon. He understands the pitfalls, he understands the upsides and the downsides of how to do it right. So you're going to be learning some key nuggets today. You're going to be learning some distinctions and insights on truly how to make a difference with Groupon. And don't think that it's all the same, because it's truly not. I've seen it so many slice and dice, so many different ways of precisely how Groupon will make it work to their advantage, to the detriment of the practitioner. Just some key insights will make all the difference in the world. It's not just like, oh, I'll just wing it, because that's not how it's going to serve you or your patients best. Nate is able to offer some very key insights. His experience, his knowledge, his very insightful awareness of what is in the marketplace today, and it's constantly changing, is able to help us make a difference for you in your practice. So we're excited to be able to have this on teach us. He's able to teach us exactly how to do it right. I can assure you, I've seen doctors make very, very serious amount of money with the upsells, with the way the ad is placed, that makes a difference between making several $1,000s to making tens of thousands of dollars. So it's with great honor and great gratitude that we can have Nate come on and teach us exactly how to make a difference for ourselves in our practices here. With no further ado, Nate, are you there with us?
Yes, I am. How's it going, everybody?
Everyone should be on mute. So Nate's company, Maximum Effect Marketing, is very well aptly named, because the effect, that the energy that we put into this can have a very maximized, can have an outsized, can have an amplified effect. And Groupon is just that. I've seen it just explode people's practices. On the other hand, having said that, between me and you, Nate, I'm not one who's like a Groupon, junkie. I don't necessarily believe that Groupon is the be-all, end-all. I believe it's a tool that can catapult a practice. But having said that, I'm a strong believer in going retail. I'm a strong believer in creating your marketing to pushing them into where you're educating them and you're showing your patients exactly how to use your lipolite, use your aesthetic services in a way that doesn't necessarily include Groupon. Between me and you, Nate, I believe that Groupon can often create like a discount mentality within the practice, within the staff, within the doctor's mind. So having said that, I truly appreciate and honor your skills, and it's recognized and acknowledge the value that you bring to the marketplace. But having said that, I just want to offer a caveat to our doctors here that I personally, I'm not a Groupon zealot. I believe it has its tool, it's an excellent tool and it has its place, but be mindful that you want to go retail. push your marketing to a way that you can educate them through one of our, where we educate you on how to do a group session, how to do a seminar like that. That's the way to do it, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
So I just want to, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I'm
curious what you have to say about that. Yeah.
Okay. The best thing about Groupon, Living Social, these daily deal companies, is it guarantees people to come in your door. Nowadays, flyers, newspaper ads, etc. Those really aren't the ways to get people in the door, because people don't really read hard copies anymore. Now, when you offer a discounted deal, yes, you are giving away, a lot of money, but at the same time, you're not truly losing money, because at the end of the day, we'll say my friend Zully's way of doing the deal with the 1 area, 3 area, 6 area, or 1 area half body, full body. That guarantees not only that people are in the door seeing you, but it also leaves a wide range of upsell value. Now with the collective bargain, the best way my business is actually able to make it successful is if you go to a daily deal company yourself, it's going to take you anywhere between 2 to 6 months just to even get a run date for them to set the deal up. And the worst part about that is they will stick you with credit card fees. You'll get your 50-50 split, and then they'll stick you with credit card fees. So at the end of the day, you're really only making 47.5% off the deal. The other bad thing about Groupon is it's actually a lot of work. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of negotiation when it comes to run dates, when it to being the market, the head of the on the deal site. Dr. Lucky, how's it going, Dr. Lucky? His deal is actually running right now. It just started yesterday, and Dr. Lucky has already made about $7,500 in about 24 hours. Now, the good thing about sorry.
Congratulations. I like that. Yes, excellent. Wonderful.
And not only did he make that money, which pays for, the hours and the time, at a normal rate, he's probably making about $90 an hour doing this. So the session lasts about 20 minutes. So he's taking care of his overhead and making a profit. And when the people come through his door, he has the opportunity to upsell not just the Life, but also his other services that he offers. The best thing about what Maximus Marketing can do too, we actually do the market research in your area. Now, the market research, some areas you can knock it dead if you're the first one in the market. Other areas you kind of have to. There's a little give and take you have to do, because there are those clients out there that have pretty much given it away, and it forces you to drop down to their level on the price. Let's see here. Now, the upsell strategy, which I have found very successful, and it also will help your reviews out when it comes to Groupon, Living Social, Yelp, those review sites, is when people come in, we'll say they buy the half body, full body, and we'll say they want to buy the whole package. We'll say you're offering it for $2,000. You can actually turn around and say, okay, between you and me, I'll do it for $1,200. So you're actually making yourself $1,200 on your upsell, every penny of that. And that's what I found very successful. My doctor client in Anchorage, Alaska, he sold 500 vouchers, and his upsell was about 40%. So 40% on his full package, which was $1,999 or $1,999. He in turn made about in 3 months about $180,000 just on the upsell alone. So that is actually the most important thing when it comes to the Groupons, the Living Socials, the chicken deals, etc. Is the upsell aspect of this. Once you have them in the door and they see the result, people are going to want to buy the full package. Okay, now this is a deal on the screen that we ran in Atlanta. It is Michael and Julie's idea about a 17 by 17 area, doing one area, three areas, or six areas. Now that is a 1 hour session total. At the end of the day, if they're buying the 249 session, you're walking away $125 an hour. Plus, you have someone in your seat that saw the results. There's where your upsell comes in. Okay. Next screen, Mike.
So this is an example of where the doctor is offering. All of this is one session, so which I happen to like because you're not giving away the store. So this is all one section, and you can do it by one zone, half body, full body. And it's a nice way of giving them a teaser, but at the same time, not giving Groupon all the money. So if they're looking for the three sets, for the whole body, still the three options that everyone loves. One zone, half body, full body. It's just so everyone top one is $149. So Groupon's getting half of that, but you're still making good money because it's only one section. So it's a beautiful thing. This is why I like it. And now they're all fine for upsells. And I mean, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, but we'll go to this next slide here. Here's an example. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the example of the one zone, three zone, six zone. This is how the deal went in Atlanta. 210 were bought. 97 of those were just the one area. 32 were of the three area or half body, and 89 were of the other. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, wrong. If
now,
mute their phones, there was a bunch of background noise. It would be appreciated.
Now, out of this deal, and this is where the aspect of working with Max Effect Marketing comes in too. Now, you're guaranteed your 50%. There will be no credit card fees. If for some odd reason credit card fees are stuck on, Max Effect Marketing fights it from our end. We use collective bargaining to actually negotiate a higher split at a 60-40, where we would retain 10% of the gross of the deal. You would still retain your 50, but we take over all the work from the beginning to the end. Now, this deal added up to next screen, Mike, please. Now, this is the total gross of the deal was $23,524.80. Out of that, the doctor made $11,762.40, which was their 50% gross of the deal. Out of that 200 people that bought this, he was actually able to service all of them in a matter of a month, of 210 people. Because, as Mike said, it only takes an hour to do those sessions. So, not only does she have the upsell, but she made $11,000, almost $12,000 for a month's worth of work, and she has clients in her seat. So, it's a win-win all the way around.
And it's one session. It's not like you have to see these people over and over and over again to make your money. Beautiful.
Yes, and that is the good thing about the Lipo Light. Because it has these 16 paddles, you're able to offer this type of deal. With any other machine, you would not be able to offer this type of deal.
Good point. So let me just ask you, Nate, and I've seen this and I've heard this around the country that, it takes a long time, they put me on the back burner, they're not even acknowledging my phone call. They're not even, they don't even acknowledge their the email. You can't even call them. They don't even acknowledge your email.
Yes, Max Effect Marketing has been rated with Groupon and Living Social a national business. So when people are trying to set these deals up themselves, as I said, not only does it take a lot of time out of your day, and a lot of people actually hire a person to do this for them. Well, not only are you saving the money and not having to hire someone, we're taking care of it ourselves. You're losing nothing out of your 50%. And we do not deal with the everyday rep, the person who walks into your store, the person who calls you on the phone. We deal with the district leads, aka the Northeast district, the Southeast district. So we are able to bypass all the holdups that take people so long to get these deals set up. Now, I had a client that I signed Monday. I signed on Monday. He will be running on the 24th. So it took us a total of 11 days for him to sign on with me to get the deal, to get a run date and the deal started. That's how fast we can turn your business around and get clients in the door and get money flowing into your business. Let's see here.
So that's impressive. Nate, I must tell you that's impressive because I know that often these guys will relegate you to, we'll get you 2 months from now. Well, guess what? If you need to make money or if you want to really capitalize on your opportunity in bikini season now, 2 months from now is not going to cut it.
Especially since we're moving into summertime.
Especially for a newbie kind of person, I hear all the time, these Groupon kind of reps, they'll intimidate them, they'll tell them stuff that's simply not true. They'll make them run deals. They'll make them run deals where you have to do 8 sessions and all this nonsense for nothing. The reason why they do that is to benefit themselves. They don't care if you're doing all this work for no money. It's all about taking all this extra cash, and you're the one who's left holding the bag. So I love that. A guy like Nate, and I'm not just shooting your horn for the sake of it. I'm telling you because I believe it. Nate, you can bypass. These guys are not going to try that nonsense with you because you know better.
Exactly. Well, my client boss was running with Living Social before he signed on with me. Well, we had a conversation that he was getting, his 50% split. There was no credit card fees, preferred run dates. I asked him to send me over his contract. I reviewed his contract. They were sticking him with the 2.5% credit card fees. And when I contacted the corporate office and spoke to the head of the national account, they said, no, we don't have him set to run for another 4 months. He thought he was running in 3 weeks. That's where I'm able to get down to the confusion and handle the business. Me and my employees, we work extremely hard for you. When you sign on with Max Effect Marketing, not only are we here as your pretty much unpaid employees because we're paid out of money you would have not received yourself, we are also here to look after your best interests. We're not going to run a deal where you have to pretty much give everything away. We want this to be a profitable run for you every run. And
are we able to ask questions on this phone?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any? Next one. I wasn't sure if I was on mute or not. Yeah, I had a question. The 17 by 17 area, I would, as I understand the pedal configuration, how you can lay things out, how does it actually work in the treatment room? I would say don't get hung up on the numbers of 17 by 17. I don't even know what the significance of 17 by 17 is. What I do know is that you can the deal is structured in such a way that basically it's one body part, half body, full body. So when they come in, they're going to say, okay, I got one 17 by 17. They must have a reason to configure it that particular way. But what I can tell you is the concept is one body part or one zone, as it may be termed, half body, full body. So 17 by 17, I guess it's just a different way of saying the same thing. Does that sound about right, David?
Yes, exactly. Because every body type is different.
Nate, what is your contact information? Please give everyone your contact information.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm going to give my direct email.
That's smart.
And this is my direct information, so you don't have to speak to any of my employees. I will take care of you firsthand all by myself.
NateLeadHome@gmail.com. For those of us who may be hearing this on a recording, that's Nate Leadholm, LEADHOLM @gmail.com. 720-434-2358. So what I've seen over and over again, and you tell me, Nate, it seems like when an individual calls Groupon, not only do they try to work them over, this is what I've seen, they're almost like, they're going to try to work you over. If they suspect that you don't know what you're talking about, they're going to work you over. And with that
to make things even worse you can't even just call them. First, you have to send an email, which could take, like I said, up to 2-3 months for them to even reply. I've heard it being even longer, and I've heard them just never replying at all. Then when they finally reach out to you, if they do, then it's a battle back and forth of them wanting to do something that's going to be profitable for them, but not profitable for you. Now, that's where the collective bargaining comes in, because I'm able to show my different clients the money they made and the service they provide, and also their reviews that they have gotten off of doing these deals, which Dr. Martin in Columbia is, I think he's at an 88% approval rating, which is amazing. That's stellar, because people complain about everything. So, that's the best thing that we do, is just take care of all the work off of your job. It's only job people walk through your door and you to service them. Everything else we take care of. From the contract signing, the negotiations, the back and forth, the deal Q&A, the list goes on and on. We take care of all that as we sit for a month. That we've negotiated above your 50% for us because of the maximum clients we have. And that's how we were able to become a national business. Now, with that being said, all the money goes directly to you, and we would invoice you. So we would never get your money first. Everything comes directly to you, and we would invoice you. So 60% of the total bill comes directly to you.
So Dr. Arant in Chicago is asking, how do you make your money, Nate?
I'm sorry?
You have a question.
How do we make our money? Well, the 50% that you get, and like I said, there'll be no credit card fees. We make our money through, we negotiated a higher percent because of the mass amount of clients. Groupon and Living Social already gives us a predetermined 60-40 split. So what happens is we will run the deal. 60% of the gross of the deal will be sent to you for the payment, and we would invoice you for the 10% of the gross of the deal. So nothing would ever come out of your 50%.
Do you have any other services you offer?
Yes. Any type of deal you would like to put together, we would do that. We also, until last week, we did some web designing, but we had to pull back from that a little bit. But we'll be up and running that next month again. So we're at a very discounted price too. And I have some very good guys that work for me, but we had to take a step back and kind of handle all the business that's been coming in over the last month since we were in Chicago for that seminar. So yeah, we've done everything from body wraps to full body vibration to restaurants.
So for those of you, for instance, who have a fine line mask, that's a whole separate deal that they can hook up.
Alex, do we have the other thing, don't we? Are you doing any
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Is there a website?
Do you have a website, Nate?
Yes, it's maxeffectmarketing.com.
Sorry, can you repeat that once more?
Max Effect Marketing.
Here, I'll put it on here.
So I personally have seen Nate do wonderful things around the country. That's why we invited him. So basically, he doesn't charge. You're not making any less money because he's negotiating an even higher rate than what you can normally get.
And it's already pre-negotiated.
Basically, time is money. So you're able to get it online quicker. You can get the patients through the door faster.
Yes, and to get a deal where you are not losing money. You're actually making a profit off that deal and able to not only have the upsell, but also with change in your pocket. So instead of, you hear these horror stories about people who run these deals on Groupon and then they end up going out of business because they just could not take care of the mass amount of people who came in or how low the deal was. They just weren't making the money. And that's a very good thing that we can put together, is a deal that's possible for you in your market. And we
let me ask you.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Nate. This may or may not be your purview of information, but for instance, after you do a deal, I recommend for the docs don't ever treat them the same day they come in. Ever, ever, ever. They have to go through. You want to be able to upsell these people the right way. You must have them go through a consultation, preferably a group consultation. There's a whole psychology behind that, which we teach. But there's a group psychology of having them not be treated right away, have them go through a group consultation. Then, once they're properly educated, they can get their session. And you can preferably, based on your humble experience, Nate, do you have a methodology, a strategy, or a tip or technique to upsell specifically what part of the sales cycle? When they first come in, or when they're already into it for a treatment or two, or do you have any insight with that, Nate?
I would say the best is after the service. Because once they resolve and the great, change that these machines actually help the body out, that is actually, me personally, the best time to do it. Because, if someone comes in and they lose 4 inches, it's a lot easier to sell them than before when they just look at this and go, I really don't know, I'd like to see the results first, et cetera, et cetera. I think after they get the service and they see the wonderful results that this machine does, that is actually the best time to do it.
Makes sense. I mean,
So, Mike, when you say a group consult, you'd probably have, several a week, or you'd have specific times when groups would come in and
if necessary,
deem the budget.
a week. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. When you're making a phone call to call Groupon, that's like the lazy man's way of marketing, which is, a beautiful thing. I mean, think about it. But that's your entire marketing. It could be a segment of your marketing, it could be part of your marketing toolbox. But all you're doing is making a phone call. So these patients, to maximize the dollars, you want to be able to educate them properly. So what I've discovered and what I've seen is those who just go right away for the treatment, it's a lower perceived value if you just putting them into treatment right away. They have to be able to understand the significance and the magic of what you're offering. And so you're just giving it away. So as soon as they come in the door, they tend to feel like, that's it. So that it's better, the psychology of it is going to be more receptive, and makes, in my humble opinion, from what I've seen, and I strongly feel this, to put them into a group consultation. Everyone has their own way, but first of all, often these people, there's many, many, many people, so just for a logistical sake, but even more importantly, from the psychology point of view, if you're doing communication in front of the group, you're perceived as more trustworthy, more honest, more believable, more of an authority, more of an expert, more of a specialist. So that all plays into it. So you're going to be able to communicate in a way that conveys your experience in a group setting. So I'm a strong believer in that. And if the doctor doesn't have that particular comfort level, find somebody who's good at it and just be a part of it. Get live patient testimonials there. Do it that way. That's my opinion. And if you have any specific needs to understand that any deeper, just simply call me or Jill. Nate, can you add anything? Do you have any other insight as it relates to that?
Not really. I think you kind of summed it up. It's the best thing you can do is get these people in your door and let your business be known to the public. Because a lot of these businesses that I work with were in business for years, and then they found out that, hey, Groupon Living Social, this is the way I can actually still make some money and get people in the door. And once you do that, and once the word gets out where you help one person lose a dress size, help someone else, lose that double chin, just the way that you're affecting people's lives is going to help your business grow even more, just by word of mouth too. So I think that's about all I have.
There's one other caveat that I would just say. Groupon can be a double-edged sword. You want to be super careful. You do not dilute your brand. That he's not being seen as discount stand. That's why I say, in your own mentality, you have to maintain price integrity. Because even after the deal expires, in that area, if somebody were to Google Dr. Smith in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that Groupon may show up. So they're always going to come back to you, which is there. So be careful. Keep your pricing structure high. That's why I love one deal. One deal, single body part, half body, full body. You're not contaminated forever by that lower discounted price. If you may switch your marketing formula in the future where it's not necessarily Groupon, which all I'm saying is to have a healthy respect of the pricing for yourself. Be careful.
Exactly, and that's a big key to it, is not giving it away. And like you said, Mike, doing your deal because you have the 16 paddles. If you had any other machine, that deal would not be possible to do. But because of the 16 paddles, it makes that deal actually possible. Which
there's another wonderful way of doing it like this, guys. Another wonderful, wonderful way of doing it. If you have to have another technology prior to coming up, if you got more intelligent after the fact, after you bought another piece of equipment, and then you say, oh my goodness, I had no idea that this was even in the marketplace. It happens, believe it or not. But if you have to be one of those stops, and I know some of you already on here fall into that category, where you got the big idea afterwards, you discovered it. The best way to do that is the patient initially comes in, they see the smaller machine, the 8 paddle, the 4 paddle, whatever you have, right? The patient consultation, they see that. You say, Mary, here, I see you got your tummy here, circles, but you also got your primary area, but you also have your thighs, and now also I see you want your arms done. You want Michelle Obama kind of arms, which is a hot thing, guys. You don't realize that. You take advantage of that. Very trendy. So you got these 3 areas. Now the first area here is whatever your number is, 1950 or whatever it may be. Now the second area, your primary area is 1950, the second area is 1950, the third area is 1950. So those are 3 separate areas. That would be close to $6,000, $5,800 and change, $5,900 and change. But now we're going to upgrade you to our brand new technology, our 16 paddle. So instead of costing 3 to 4 weeks for each one of these areas, we're going to upgrade you for these 2 additional areas. The first one is still 1950. The 2 additional areas are only $800 total. So now we're going to save you. Before, with the old machine, we were able to do it 3 to 4 weeks on each section, but it would cost you $19.50. Now we're able to upgrade you to the 16 paddle. Do it all together for only an additional $800 for the 2 additional areas. Plus, we're going to save you all this time, and you'll find that 80% of them will convert. So that's a good way of doing a Groupon too. You're offering something else and upgrading them. And by the way, with the Groupon, you can also upgrade them to another kind of service too if you offer something else. So that's my insight for that as well. We have any other questions? Nate's number again, so you all have it handy, is 720-434-2358. Again, one more time, 720-434-2358. And I can speak with sincere conviction that he will take good care of you. And he will
Thank you very much, Mike.
If you have any other questions with Nate, just email him with Max Effects Marketing and Nate Leadholm at gmail.com. Leadholm is spelled Leadholm. Nate Leadholm at gmail.com.
Or Nate at maxeffectsmarketing.com. Either one, both of the same mail.
If you have anybody else around the country or around the town who did a complimentary thing, who needs it, maybe you got a buddy who's in the roofing business. You do stuff like that, or you just strictly a specialist for this cosmetic laser market, Nate?
I can work with any business. I just shy away from massages because that's a very, very special market. But anything else, I can definitely jump into and make it happen.
Well, maybe your friend of yours, your cousin, your uncle, your sister is in, who knows, kitchen remodeling. It's just a good tool that Nate can make happen. All right, guys?
All right, Mike.
All right, that sounds great. Really appreciate you having me on today, Mike.
Next Tuesday, we're doing a very successful one about, you already heard from Dr. X how he went from being stressed and broke to thriving, and that every time he calls me, he goes, "This is Dr. X," so we have a chuckle. But he really is rocking and rolling, by the way, doing phenomenal. And he was about to close the doors of the Paraguay. So, but next week we're having next Tuesday at the same time we're having a doc who's doing extremely well with LipoLite. He's giving us his nuggets, his goals of how to do closings and how to close the patient through using his consultation. So it's going to be excellent. And he's excellent at what he does, and he makes a ton of money, helps a lot of people. So look forward to that. If you have any other questions, feel free to call Nate. Otherwise, if you have anybody who's we're having a referral contest to whoever that Joe's going to be sending out an email. Whoever refers is going to be getting all kinds of truly excellent goods, including going to one of our centers of excellence around the country. If you want to bring you and two people from your office, to go through and see doctors who are really making it happen in micro-life or aesthetic medicine, who are doing everything right, who we can make it happen, open the doors and have you circulate through them. So look out for that referral. That's the grand prize winner of our referral contest that's happening over the next month. So if you know anybody and you want to take advantage of that, that's just one. That's the grand prize. We're gonna have more. We're gonna have two officers taking advantage of that. Plus, I'm gonna be there to facilitate it for you as well. So look forward to that. Look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Thank you, everybody, and God bless.
Have a great day, Mike.